All right, well, we're here live today for episode 28 of the HonkyTalk podcast. Woo. And good friend, lifelong friend, our parents were friends, Shay, writing hit Bailiff, right here, baby.
Ooh, I like that nickname.
There you go.
Thank you.
Lead singer of Shayliff. Well, good to be here. And also, we want to tell all our listeners and viewers that we're always brought to you by the Sundown Tavern in Ruston, where they're saving Ruston one sandwich at a time. But today we're at Key Mexico here in Shreveport. Thank you, Brother Rodrigo, for letting us come here and do it here. Well, Shay, there are so many places, or I don't know, points of we could start.
Absolutely.
You've played music pretty much your whole life.
Well, I've started since I was age 15, so I got into it. So I always was a music head. My parents, introduced me to Sting, the Police, and all kinds of music growing up. So I was a music fan my whole life for sure, but didn't get into it till 15. And after you know how it is. After you learn your first song, and you get calloused, man, it is addicting.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So
yeah,
here I am, I guess 20 plus years later, and I like it more now than ever, surprisingly. So still happy to be doing it.
Yeah,
sure.
So what your band Shayliff?
Yeah, so we got into, of course, Grayson and I'm a twin, and we started playing in churches initially. So he's a drummer, and we started playing. Once we started, I mean, it was every week after that. So we did that in the church scene for a good 5 years. And I actually, before starting the band Shayliff, I started a YouTube channel under that name, Shayliff, which was just my nickname. So Chris Alfred, I don't know if you know Chris.
Oh my God, yes.
He's the one who gave me that nickname, man, growing up. So I thought, all right, I'll use that. So I started that channel, and the first video that I uploaded to kind of backpedal a little bit in high school, there were a lot of Korean exchange students there. So I became curious and learned the language, and I had already been singing 4 or 5 years, before then. So they suggested I learn a Korean song in the language and then put it on the internet. So that's kind of how the name Shayliff stuck. Is I thought, well, I'm stuck with this channel under this name. I'll stick with it. So after I got back overseas, I officially started the band.
Okay, so you mentioned overseas. A lot of, I know Bo and Trey may not be know this, but tell us about your experience. Like, okay, so how did it happen? And how'd you get over there? I mean, how did you do this? Tell the world what you did after high school.
Yeah, so uploaded that song on YouTube, and it was kind of still the early stages of YouTube before it was like what it is now. But it got so many views overnight. It was several thousands, and it just continued to escalate. And so I started getting offers from record labels, and there were small and some large, In
Korea.
But in Korea, yeah. So I was a kid at the time. I was 19. And so I went with the indie label because I want my freedom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
right.
But I did. I went and signed with this indie label, and they basically fronted half the expenses.
Dang,
so
that's crazy.
I went to at the time I had just started attending LSUS, so I used my student loan money to go to Korea and use some of that for ticketing and all of that. So ended up going over there. I finally just made the jump, said I'll go, test it out for a few months. And as soon as we got there, it was immediately started going to work, recording and trying to book shows, just getting it out there. And so we did that for a while, and then some TV networks kind of got wind of it, and we were doing TV and radio every week. But the thing was, I was still with an indie label, so financially it was you're just living like a rat. So,
right.
You know how it is, beginning stages of music.
Sure.
But so yeah, I did that for a while. To make a long story short, it was an awesome experience. And like I said, I got to do music every single day for 2 or 3 years or so. And finally, I was just like, man, this is, if you don't have a hit song or something, it's so hard to fund yourself, especially in a foreign country, because it was an entertainment visa. So I can only make money through music over there. So I started writing a lot of songs, what are now, recorded under the band name Shayliff. So when I moved back here, I got together with Grayson and Michael Brown, at the time Jacob McGarry. We just went to work with that. So.
What's funny, what I think's really cool is I don't even know how we've known each other since we were kids, but I don't even remember how me and you got together playing gigs.
I think whenever I got back to the States, you had hit me up not long after. You're like, hey man, I've been playing music. Like, I want to book some shows together, and I didn't even know that you played.
I mean, it wasn't something I planned to do. I mean,
he didn't even know he played.
I mean,
Well, the time I was like, wait, Bo plays music? No way.
He just fell into it.
Yeah.
For real, it really did. But I called. But I do remember some of the first gigs we did was in Monroe.
Yep.
At what was that venue called?
Golly, what was that place?
It was a nice. It was like a club bar. Where Matt Music sits. It was like on a back street, kind of behind it. It was a big, nice club, and I cannot remember the name of that. But I know we went there and played a couple of times.
Huge venue.
Yeah, they had a big venue on the side over here, and then there was another little small stage.
Someone was telling me about that. Was it Oaks or something?
It wasn't Live Oaks.
It wasn't in that area. It was.
It was before that venue too. It was maybe a decade before.
Wow.
It wasn't old HonkyTalk, was it?
No, it was more
Or
like
Top Gun?
No.
more like a big club that they would do. Of course, they would do live music bands, and then they would have like DJs. It was all the
Like your college night thing,
Yeah.
where everybody go and party down.
Man, I forgot about that. The
Was
name
it like
of it.
was it like the size of like Mustang's Hallies or something?
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, it was a decent sized place.
Yeah. So people. I remember people talking about something that's not there anymore.
I know this. I opened up. The guy called me one time and said, "Hey, I got this band, and you're the guy." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
I didn't know who the band was, and so I looked them up, but I had no clue who they were.
right.
And I looked them up, and I was a fan. It was Blackberry Smoke. Opened up in 2010.
Oh yeah. You
And I opened up that, and I was like, "Wow, this is."
awesome.
It was like it was a bucket list type gig before I even knew it. I was like, "Wow, yeah."
Was it at that venue?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Golly.
And what's funny was, I was the only. Everybody there came, really, because it was me opening the show.
Right.
So it's kind of funny how
Wow,
that.
so it was before they were like well known.
Yeah, I mean they were on tour. I mean, but they had Good One Coming On, that song.
Yeah.
That was on the radio, kind of bled over into top 40 type radio, but really they're a southern rock band. I mean, they're just a rock and roll band, but
They're so good.
oh man, I love that band. Anyway, but back to Shay. Okay, so you go to Korea. Now you told me a story one time. I think that people would be interested in this. Tell us a story about how. I know you mentioned once you got over there and you kind of get acclimated to being over there, you start picking up on the lingo and the language and things like that. And then in regards to your career too, and you're kind of going, hey, wait a minute. I think I should be getting a little bit more money, or things just aren't adding up when you started figuring this stuff out. And tell them how they tried to keep you there and maybe almost held you hostage almost.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
What?
it's wild. Yeah, so that first they, of course, agreed to allow me to renew my visa every 3 months.
Wow.
But when the momentum started going, they kind of were like, "Hey, we need you to stay," and I thought, well, I get it because I understand that we have like opportunity coming, but also it was like, dude, it was time for me. I needed to just reset because the Koreans work so hard, which is a compliment to them. Like, we'd have a day off every now and again. I was doing music, so I was having fun, but also I was like, dude, I need to chill, but so I did that. We were making, from my understanding, again, we weren't like famous, but kind of underground, getting some momentum. There were some payouts whenever we were performing live, but I was getting a small cut of it, which looking back, of course, it is a thing where there are overhead and expenses and things like that they got to pay. But also I'm like, dude, how am I going to, I'm going off credit here now.
Right.
So, but anyhow, long story short, I mean, I went to management. I told them, I said, man, I'm done. And basically, they tried to hide the passport and everything.
So how did you get back? Tell them what you had to do to get back.
So there was a lady, and really, and of course, me being a Christian, I'm like, it really strengthened my faith. I feel like, because at the time, I was really torn. Like, Lord, what do I do here? What's my next step? How do I get out of here? Or, just kind of looking for some guidance or direction. But before all this took place, there was a lady that used to come to my shows, and she was, what you call an ajuma. She was like older, 50s, 60s, and she like showed interest in the music, and her and her husband also were in the business, or not in the business because they own their own businesses, but they were interested in helping like foreigners out who seem to be in distress or having a hard time, because things like that happen in every country, more than you see. So anyhow, so she came to shows, and they were like supportive, and really nice people. And she one day like reached out to me, and she was like, "Hey, I know that you're something's going on." And we went and talked, and she was like, "I want to help you, get you out of here." So anyhow, she was like a godsend.
Yeah.
She
helped
helped
me kind
smuggle
of
you out.
She kind of in a way like helped me, go through kind of getting a new passport and all that kind of stuff. So
Wow.
it was gnarly, man, for sure. And the thing is, of course, I still have people that I know that I went to school with who are Korean. So it's like, it's not a reflection on Korean people in general. I think it's more so a reflection on like the music business more than anything.
Yeah.
The entertainment, it's like you got to be careful who you get wrapped up with. But being all that combined with being in a foreign country was crazy, because I think I was 20 at the time.
Wow.
So.
And especially being from little Shreveport.
I know, yeah. It's like, dude, this is a different world.
It wasn't Evangel, baby.
No, it wasn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyhow, I took all that, and I used that as fuel, because I thought, man, that was insane. But of course, say what you will about America, dude. When I got back to the States, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
talk about wanting to kiss the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're so blessed, so blessed. So I got here and just hit the ground running. I thought, shoot, I'm gonna write my own music. We can go and play wherever we want, make money, and we know where it's going. Mm-hmm. And I just the freedom of all the songs that I had in my head that I wanted to write and record were kind of not encouraged over there, because we had songwriters doing it for us. And that part that was frustrating for me too. Which that's what I signed up for, but also like being a songwriter, and like, if you don't write and get it out of your head, you almost go mad.
Well, it's not even fun.
That's right, yeah.
Can't express yourself. Well, okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We're here at Key Mexico in Shreveport. Thank you, Brother Rodrigo, for having us. And like I say, hey, we're always brought to you by the Sundown Tavern, saving wrestling one sandwich at a time, with Shay Bailiff. We'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, yeah, so we got our guest, which we're at his place, so really we're his guest, but Rodrigo.
Hey guys, how are you?
Ooh, the man behind all
Yep.
the stuff here
Oh,
at Key
man.
Mexico.
The best food in town, hands down.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Rodrigo, how long you been open?
As a restaurant,
Yes, sir.
we just turned 10 years.
That seems like yesterday, y'all.
10 years.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Key Mexico, baby.
Yeah.
So
But
you-
we started like 5 years before that at the farmers market
Wow.
Wow.
and other places too.
Shreveport Farmers Market?
And you managed restaurants for years before then, or worked in restaurants.
Yeah. When I first moved to the States, my second day I was here. I started as a dishwasher.
Wow.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I've done everything
Yeah.
inside the restaurant.
That's crazy. Well, look, we appreciate you like letting us come here
Yeah.
and record this episode and everything for the HonkyTalk podcast. I know you've got a location in Longview
Yeah.
as well. Y'all just opened that up. How long ago?
8 months ago.
8 months ago. Yeah, it's very recent. Now
fresh.
I've been very privileged to play this one and then the one in Longview, and great people. I mean, and just the way that they run everything, and the food is just absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Everybody that I talk to that has either been here or heard about it, it's literally all positive. I say that legitimately. I've never heard a bad thing about the Key Mexico restaurant chain.
Yeah, it's we always put a lot of pride on what we do, a lot of course, love, passion,
Yeah.
especially on the food.
Yeah.
We have never focused on the business of it. It
Yeah.
has always been the food first of all, to get the consistency, and of course the good vibes, which with music makes it better.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well, and you said the word consistency, and that's what I was thinking the word of that, because I know the people that eat or talk about Key Mexico, they're avid patrons of Key Mexico. Like you have
Yeah.
a loyal following too.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And that has to be with consistency and love. You got to that. Nobody just gets that. You earn that. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, it has always been our our stronger point to be always here and checking on the food and of course the service and everything else that involves a restaurant. Same with Longview right now. We take turns between my mom, my mom, my brother, and myself. We go there every week and just start all over again every week and check on everything.
Make
Yeah.
sure it's all running right. Yeah.
Well, here's one of my perspectives of just the Key Mexico like family, because it really is. You come in here, you feel like family. The one that I play the one here in Shreveport, pretty frequently, but then the one in Longview felt the same way. I mean, it's like from a musician's standpoint, and we've never really sat down and talked about this stuff, but from a musician standpoint, I walk in here, what do you need? Do we need to move something? They make sure, they really treat you like, hey, come in here. We want to give you the space that
Yeah, they're
you
actually
need.
glad you're here.
Yeah, they're super glad you're here. And everybody's super, interactive and everything. And it's not just the crowd that's great, but like if like the bartenders back here, man, they'll be right here and they're listening, and then when you get done with the song, they start the clapping off.
right.
Usually, and then
That's not everywhere.
it's
Obviously.
not everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Yeah, it's not everywhere. It's like that. So, and then just they make sure you get a meal. They make sure you don't go thirsty. And then at the end of the night, it's just they just treat you so
You
well.
felt good about playing. Yeah.
They want you to
That
come
is.
back. So
That's what we loved. Of course, we came here and you guys just made us feel welcome. And then the awesome thing too is we're playing and Rodrigo will come up to us and be like, "Man, turn it up,"
yeah.
And the awesome thing too is the promotion of original music. That is awesome to me.
Yes.
It's like, what place
Yeah.
can you go that has awesome food and they want to hear like originals?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is incredible. And same for Longview. Like, I had the chance to play there and they just ate it up, but it felt like the same Key Mexico as it does here, same environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if we're gonna open a third one, but we just wanted to feel like if you were in the original location where
Yeah.
everything started,
Yeah.
You can definitely feel it.
Yeah,
Sure.
and of course, it was gonna feel weird if we didn't have music there, because here in Shreveport we have, it has been essential part of the restaurant and these 10 years. So we want to do the same in Longview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, okay. So let me ask you this: do y'all do caterings? Do y'all do anything, or are y'all open to that? Do y'all do that?
Oh yeah, that's how we started actually.
Okay.
And we have always done it.
So if they have a party, we can call you. Hey, Rodrigo. Or who would we call? Who do we?
Usually me.
Okay.
Yeah, Rodrigo. So yeah, we can go and we serve what we call the farmers market style tacos, because that's what we used to do at the market. So we have 4 different dishes, and we make tacos out of it, and rice and beans, and we make the tacos to order. We can also provide trays of food. We set up a taco bar for you, and you make it your own.
Okay.
It's almost the same, but without us.
And they can get you like on Facebook. You got a Facebook page, and you got things like they can find you and all that stuff.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page for both,
Okay.
Instagram page, and we have keymexico.com.
KeyMexico.com. Okay. We'll make sure we put that in the details when
Yeah.
do the video.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Rodrigo, for having us, and we had to sit down and talk with you
Of course. Yes.
because you got a family too. You're a busy man.
Yeah.
2 locations, 2 different states. He's like,
I know.
he's going nationwide.
I know. I hope so.
We'll
I hope
see.
so.
We'll see. I don't want to sprint too thin.
Right. We're going to keep the consistency there. Okay?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you, brother.
Thank
Yep.
you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
All
for
right.
being
We'll be right back. Hey, we're at Key Mexico. We got Shay, Bailiff. We just heard from Brother Rodrigo here at Key Mexico. And like always, we're brought to you by Sundown Tavern, Wrestling one sandwich at a time. HonkyTalk podcast, baby.
Welcome back to the HonkyTalk podcast here at Key Mexico today. Yeah, we traveled a little bit. Well, at least we did. You travel every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we came to kind of close by his house, but
Thank God.
yeah, but we're here in this just awesome establishment of Key Mexico. Here with Shay over here. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And yeah, let's get to it, boys.
Shay, tell us, your band Shayliff. We talked about your Korean experience and some of the background and where you kind of got started. And then, but I think the listeners would like to know now, because you have an avid following. You have good followers and loyal fan base through the years. Y'all been able to work hard and keep that growing. And tell us about some Shayliff stuff. Tell us some cool gigs. Or go ahead.
No, yeah, we of course got back, and first thing I wanted to do with the guys is I said, let's rehearse 4 hours a night. So for like weeks and weeks, we would practice just 4 hours and 3 or 4 days a week before ever having one show.
Wow.
And because I wanted to have like a 3-hour set just ready to roll. You know what I mean? So if start off 70% covers, 30% originals, and as we kept doing it, getting the name out there, it slowly bled over to like, if we do like an official Shayliff show, we may do 2 covers, you know. So we started doing that, reaching out to all the venues. We started playing at the Rustic Cowboy first.
Oh, wow.
And then a place called the Naked Bean. Those are the 2 first places that had us.
Naked Bean, was that the coffee shop?
It was, yeah.
Oh,
And they were, it was similar to this, like, you know, kind of unsuspected like coffee shop that really wanted to push music, you know, kind of like Rhino Coffee, promoting of that. But so we started just playing locally first, and then slowly booking shows in Ruston. And our genre at the time, which still is alternative indie rock and roll. And at that time, nobody was playing that around here.
Yeah.
For that during that specific time. I think before us, there were bands like Tyler Reed and American Tragedy doing it, you know. And so Jackie Brock kind of plugged us in with some other venues, and our first like national act that we got to open up for was the Toadies, and he was a part of that, you know, setting that up for us.
Yeah,
So that got some, man, there was a fun time, but that started getting us some recognition, and then but people still were like warming up to our originals. It took a minute because it's like Kings of Leon, Radiohead type stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But whenever we booked our first show in Monroe, dude, they ate it up, man. It didn't matter what most obscure cover we were doing or if it was an original, like they were eating it up. So Monroe was the first really city to embrace us.
Yeah.
And it was 6th Street is where we used to play. And we'd play there, and then we started getting more momentum and ended up like being able to open up for bands like the Fray, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Framing Hanley, was it 303? I'm trying to think of a few others. Everclear, you know, like we were getting these opening slots. And I remember, you know, of course, we're still not signed. You know, we're still like doing it all ourselves, which I loved.
Right.
You know, I was like, well, we can get this kind of momentum, never being signed. I'll just do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So, but we got an offer to do a showcase in Los Angeles at the Whiskey A Go Go, and we were traveling like crazy. We drove all the way there to do one show. You know, so. But we never got signed. There was talk of it, and we were always like pushing it super heavy, like we want to make it. And finally, I had a switch in my mind that was like, I'm just doing the same stuff I did in Korea. Like I'm having more fun. I'm writing it. That part's awesome. But I was like, we're not really having fun. And there's a balance. Like you don't want to just have fun and be lazy. Right. I was like, I'm doing this because I like it. You know, so I kind of just changed my mentality of like, if I can write music and put it out there and people love it, wherever I'm playing at, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the one thing about here. Our last show we played up here, you know, we're playing originals and people are screaming every word, and I was like,
yeah. Oh, and
cool? That's I made it in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now,
cool?
not to say that if we were to get an awesome deal, of course we'd be excited about
sure,
it. Don't
sure.
get me wrong, you know, but yeah, it's great. You know?
Yeah. Dude, it just that resonated with me, man, because it's like I know we've all done this, but like it's like I'll be sitting down somewhere, and like when I play my original music, and there's people that follow you, and then you see them singing the words, and it's just like, wow, they really dig this, and they've listened to it, and it's a good feeling.
It's hard to explain, and you know, you think about like, because a lot of the songs, you know, there's some of them I may have spent like 3 years on and off.
Sure.
And so like to think like I wrote that song, being completely honest, in a room by myself, like working it out, like that was the scenario of how I wrote it. And then just seeing people sing it is nuts.
That's awesome,
you know?
man. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the thing. Of course, the older I've gotten, I thought, of course, now I own a business. My wife and I own Priority Roofing in town, and it's a roofing commercial business, commercial residential. But we're so we stay busy doing that. And but music is still like my outlet, my drug or escape,
That's right.
if you will. So point being is, as I gotten into, of course I'm a dad now and a husband. As I've gotten into having to grow up, if you will,
Fatherhood,
yeah, maturity, which I'm still immature.
yeah.
But I thought that I would maybe eventually kind of like music less, and that's not the case. I'm more addicted to it now than ever. So we're actually in the process of working on our 4th album.
Oh wow.
So we're about 80% finished with that, and
Yeah.
Where have y'all where y'all recording this one?
so this one it's kind of been all over. Like some of it we've done in Nashville at the Smokestack
Yeah.
on Berry Hill, and then some of it we've done. Trying to remember now, but most of it we've done here at Foxtrot.
Okay.
But the way we've been doing it is, of course, we'll record drums, and most of it there at Foxtrot, and then some of it, if it's like vocals or guitars, I've got some gear now at my house where I can, I'm not
That's
going
right.
to record drums in my house. It's
Right.
gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
terrible,
Right.
But
Yeah, but you can send the stems off and
that's right.
yeah, and just get it done. And that's what I love about like kind of the way that things operate now. Is,
Yeah.
Modern day.
yeah, it's just a modern day recording scene. Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily go there anymore, even if you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be like, hey, Bo, let's write a song, and we get on FaceTime or whatever,
Right.
the hell, whatever,
Yeah.
and go, hey, we can work on a song from
Anywhere.
anywhere in the world. You don't
I
have
know.
to be
Isn't
there in a
that
room.
amazing?
No, it is.
It's insane.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And you're
so
getting
cool.
just like that,
Well, that's the thing, and of course, that was I had this idea of doing that with this album. I told the guys, I said, I'd like to see if I can track some of this in my house, because then I can spend like a lot of time putting some really strange sounds in there that I'd feel rushed if I was in a studio.
Yeah.
And to send it to our buddy Brendan Hapgood. So he's one of the engineers at the Smokestack.
Okay.
And he got a job over there working with Paul Moak. So that dude's recording everybody, man. Like, I think he's got like Gwen Stefani in there right now.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Wow.
awesome to have a buddy like that. We can just record, rough, if you will, and then send it to him, and he can really,
Yeah.
fledge it out for us. So that is, but I pitched the idea to the guys in the band, and they were like, okay, we'll try it. But we did that. That's how I released music in Korea in 2008, is
Wow.
they would record all their music and then send it to me via email, and then I'd record all the vocals here and then just send it back to them, and they'd mix it. So that's how we released
Yeah.
our music before ever went over there.
Wow, that's crazy.
With Bailiff, did you see any Korean exposure, if you will, with Bailiff because of your experience, because of your name?
Some. There were some. Now I did have some of our songs that were being played over there. People would tell me like, "Hey, I was at a park and I heard like your song All This Time," which was a Bailiff song. That was years after. So it did, but it kind of just here and there. And there are some people who still keep up with it though, from Korea. But most of them, it's like they're more of they have a preference on American style music, which is not really the majority in Korea,
Right.
as far as
Yeah.
our style. But yeah, it's I think because like for example, when I was over there, 80s music was still like what was popular in
Yeah.
Korea. So like
Yeah, 'cause
it's going to take indie music another
30 years.
yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Before I die,
Yeah, you'll be
like, your
huge.
song made it.
Yeah.
Huge in Korea, man. That's crazy.
Crazy.
So y'all working on your 4th album. Where's your next gig at, or here coming up with a band, or are you kind of?
Well, let's
You
see.
have
We
anything
just
coming up?
played Brassica Farms. They did a soft opening. That was this past Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But the next gig, golly, of course, I'm mostly playing at our church, is Fellowship Community Church. So we do a lot of stuff there because I still like the gospel, influence worship music. I still like
Yeah.
to do a lot of that as well.
Yeah,
And so we have some stuff in November that they'll do, like what's the tallest tree in the world or something out in Stonewall, the event. So we'll be playing there in November, and then a lot of Christmas events like that. Is it Luminaire, the park out there?
Oh yeah.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
be playing out there. But I'm mostly, as far as Bailiff goes, I'm thinking about doing one more show, but I'm kind of going back and forth. We've got a newborn due in January, so I'm being, may do one more before then, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Try to get one in.
Most of the attention is I want to hone in on the album, and then we'll kind of play it by ear.
See what happens after that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. Would you have a name for the album?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet.
But what's your boy's name going to be?
His name is going to be Wes. So my middle name, Wesley.
Yeah.
Wes for short. So
That's cool.
yeah, he better behave.
If he's anything like his dad or his uncle, it's not happening.
That's
Hey,
cool.
I was the good twin. Remember that?
Yeah, that's the good twin always says that. Well, you anything else, guys? Y'all want to ask Shay about anything?
Well,
or-
I just want to admire the amount of practice that y'all did
Oh, thank you.
because I don't know if I've ever practiced 4 hours consistently. A lot of times what we did is we have a like I remember when I was opening up for Dylan Scott one time, and we got this run of the mill band together. They were professional musicians.
Yeah.
They're good musicians, but I was not at the time really. I was just getting started, and like we got this big show at the Murphy's Art District in El Dorado, opening up for Dylan Scott, and it's like a few days before, and we on a Wednesday night,
banging it out.
dude, and then we're talking. I mean, they're using big words and this was my first ever like production show,
Right.
like where I showed up. It was a green room and waters for me.
What?
And my name to a room, and it was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like the lights and the sound check and all this stuff. And then, anyway, but we were there before, and it's just like that's been my experience of practicing is like is just getting there like a few days before, hashing it out and going on stage and just doing it.
It's hard
Like,
if you're a solo kind of artist
Yes.
because
Yeah.
you got to trust the band,
oh my
right.
goodness.
and that is not
Oh,
easy
it's
to
not,
do.
It's not easy. I was very nervous
Yeah.
because it's just like I have never played with these guys.
Right.
Now, fast forward another 10 years. Things are a little bit different now.
Right. He's like a seasoned veteran now.
Nice. There we go.
Look, man, I'm not saying I'm super seasoned, but there's little Tonys that have been.
You're a little stitious.
Slap your mama.
A little bit of I might not even be the Tony Shatcher. I may just be a little slap your mom on the top.
That's it.
But I am learning. So
The yellow bottle.
But you were talking about the practice and the work and all this other stuff, and it just it was cool because like in the last couple of years, we really started to like do some business things and kind of work at it and stuff, and releasing music and getting back in the studio and stuff. So I appreciate what y'all doing, and I love it. I love hearing about this.
Y'all, you played real quick. You did play at the Revel, right? And that was
Yeah.
with the church band.
That was with so I started another project. It's called Thursday Night Band.
Yeah.
And so when I was growing up and playing in churches, it was easy to book an original Christian band. Now it is impossible.
Yeah.
Because, and it's a compliment to how it is right now, every church has an amazing built-in band now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Everybody's pro. And so I finally, the Revel, Logan hit me up. He was the first one to be like, hey, I want to have y'all play. So we did some, originals and then some songs that everybody knows and a lot of obscure Christian music that I used to play.
Yeah.
Like some Delirious and the original David Crowder band stuff.
Right.
That was the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed doing that, and I thought because those are our roots, and
Sure.
it was Bailiff too it's like Christian cadence, if you will, to the lyrics and
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
So it's still my lyrics are still gonna have that, but it's also a rock band, and I enjoy both sides of it because I think that's fun, and then also like just being direct, straight up worship was really enjoyable.
Yeah, it is.
Again.
And you're right about the production level of like a lot of these churches around here. Because I started going to Christ Church a few years ago, and like I walked in there, and I'm talking about like they have a lighting team, like professional sound engineers, and everything is like to production to where it's just the best experience they have to offer.
That's right.
Because I'm gonna let you know, man, there's a lot of gifted people in that area, and they're using it, and that was like this. It was actually. Even the Murphy's Art District, like stuff that I experienced on my first time kind of doing that, it's like even more than that. It's like, it's just crazy, man.
Oh, it's crazy.
It really is. Yeah. I'm talking about tracks and guides and you're right.
Yep.
Every musician that's hired, they're screened, and you got to be a professional.
That's right.
And so, which
Good,
I respect. I respect
well, it makes
that.
it easy.
Yeah.
And in a sense, it saves time for rehearsal and all
Oh, my
that,
goodness, yes.
But that's the thing, because I started going back to Fellowship Community in Stonewall,
Yeah.
And their worship pastor, Trent, our first practice, he walked up and he was like, okay, you guys ready? And he hits this button.
Yep.
And it the tracks go off, the guides, and you hear only the tracks are only going off on the outside, and we're getting the clicks and the guides, and the
right.
lyrics are on the screen. I thought,
Yeah.
how did you do that?
Yeah. That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Oh no, it's crazy.
And it's nuts.
I wouldn't know how to do all that. I'd be like, what's this in my ear? What is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So it is so pro, but also it's, of course, it's awesome worship, and it kind of lets you, from a musician standpoint, you want to be rehearsed, but also you're not so focused on missing chords. You can really kind of, you know what's going on, so that makes that a little easier. But it's different.
With your church, playing in your churches and stuff, I guess you probably I guess would look up a lot to Zeb Rogers. Huh?
My boy, dude. And see, that's the thing. He, of course, that's where he goes.
Right.
And yeah, when I first started going back there, I was like, hey, Zeb's up here, dude.
Yeah.
And his hair's short. What happened? Yeah. So no, he does great, and that's what I like too. All the different styles of musicians that are there, because he's more like country, blues, soulful stuff.
Yep.
And everybody's got their own style, and
Yeah, sure.
they just interchange everybody out every week.
Yeah.
So
Well, you got any funny stories about the road? You got a funny
my
story you can
goodness.
tell on camera that your kids won't like? God damn.
My dad did what?
We'll blame it on Grayson. I said we'll blame it on him.
well, let's see. First shout out to Joel Kitterland, man.
Joel.
He drove us, or helped us drive all the way to Los Angeles at the whiskey that one time, and Trey Carter.
Oh my, I ain't heard that.
He was driving it, doing most of the driving. I think Joel got us our foot in the door, but anyhow, it was such a long trip, and I just remember, we were all asleep, the whole band. I think I had strep throat, and I was like, "We're going to the show." We drive. I think he'd been driving maybe 15 hours, and then we all wake up. He's like, "I hate all you guys." I was like, "What do you mean?" I've been driving 15 hours.
Yep.
You're switching.
Yeah, everybody's snoring.
Oh my gosh, there's plenty more. I can't. You put me on the spot. I got so many funny ones, and I just blacked out. I can't think anything.
We'll have a part 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, we have
That's
to.
right.
We have to. Well, ma'am, I'm glad to be here. Look, guys, y'all got to go follow Shayliff. Go follow Shay Bailiff. Follow the band Shayliff. Spotify, YouTube, all streaming platforms and all social media platforms. And if you're around Shreveport to East Texas, or hey, Shayliff, sometimes they travel. They have big shows too, and so they are a very talented group of people and musicians, and they've been doing it for 20-something years now. So there ain't no rookies. So, but go check a show out.
Amateurs now.
Yeah, they're old amateurs. But we're here at Key Mexico in Shreveport. Man, Rodrigo, brother, thank you. Also check out Key Mexico in Longview. You follow their Facebook, Instagram pages, and also, what was it? KeyMexico.com.
Yeah, KeyMexico.com.
Yeah, for any caterings or taco tray, they can to-go orders, anything. And there again, episode 28, Honky Talk Podcast, brought to you by the Sundown Tavern, where we're saving Ruston one sandwich at a time. Honky Talk Podcast.
It's honkies with a king.
Peace.
Do I seem to you an ordinary man, clean in your eyes, wicked man? My righteousness in me I had, righteousness like filthy rags. But I felt Jesus touch my soul.